Good evening, this is Just a Human, and welcome to this AI-only Battle Royale in Medieval 2 Total War. And today we have selected the religious mercenary units to take part in this all-infantry affair. Classic budget of 3,000 denarii, and okay, let's just see what we've got here. Now, alright, normally with this, I will just pick a single unit, but I've decided to throw a few together here. We've got the religious Fanatics, the Pilgrims, and the Flagellants for the Playable states. They're going in hard for their crusade. We've got the rebels next to the Great Cross. Technically, these are spearmen, so I thought we might as well bring these along to the fight. Next, we have Egypt with the Mutatawwi'a, which I definitely just butchered the pronunciation of, but I panicked, so we're just going to stick with that one. Now, obviously quite similar, but a little bit stronger than the Christian equivalents. And finally, we have the Crusader Sergeants, who are by far the best unit here, but I suspect numbers is going to have a fair chance of claiming someone victory. So we will see about that. Do, of course, cheer on your favourite, mercenary units in the comments down below. For now, though, I think it's time to head on into battle.
So, we come to this, a battle. Battle is your chance, good soldiers, to better your condition. A few minutes of blood, sweat and toil, and then all will be ours when we have victory. Loot, women, drink, honor, glory, knighthood. Each a fine reward, but together they are magnificent. These rebellious knaves and villains are not fit to breathe the same air as we honest men. They must all die before dawn comes again. This is a mercy, because they richly deserve the gallows for turning against their betters. And so make your peace with God and your fellows. Do not brood on what is to come. Raise high our banners! Face my wrath!
In we head to battle then, and the Pilgrims do what they always do, which is head straight towards the Great Cross. But this time, lads, there are some people over there who are going to poke you with some pointy sticks indeed. Now, alright, these guys definitely lack the actual manpower. Technically, they're light artillery. Interesting. But I almost forgot to put these guys in this battle, by the way, but in the end, yes, I thought we were going to have to throw them in. Unfortunately, with some actual Crusader Sergeants around, I suspect that their extra spearman-like qualities are not going to be enough. But we shall see. We do seem to be... Oh, they've dumped the cross already. They're going to leave the cross behind you and run at the Pilgrims and the Fanatics. Brilliant work, guys. This is not going to go well for them, but they're going to run on in. And there's no movement from our guys. Just standing here on the hill. I suspect it's not going to go too well for the Great Cross. How about everyone else, by the way? They are coming in, but they're not running on in. So I suspect, sadly, the Rebel Cross will fall here today. I did enjoy a few of these guys, absolutely, like throwing their daggers around there at the speech. It was lovely. We didn't see too much of these guys, though. They got proper maces on them. They're going to be demolishing these lads. In come more spears. So yes, the Great Cross are indeed just going to only take on these Pilgrims at the very start here. But the Crusader Sergeants are coming in. As the horns of the enemy arrive, yes, 52, 40, 60. Honestly, not an awful lot of damage done by us so far. But that Great Cross has just lost, about 13 or so from the French charge. Very nice. But as the French arrive, in come the Egyptians, baby. Oh, it's just going to end in one massive pile-up. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. Yes, they have themselves some nice macy clubs. That's the technical term, of course. Absolutely magnificent. We'll probably get ourselves the odd... Oh, that's the wrong button for a screenshot. We'll grab the odd screenshot as we go. But yeah, this is an absolute mess. Should be said that there is a rout here. It's actually the French who are the third part of a four-part sandwich. Absolutely magnificent stuff. It's a bit of a strange sentence that I didn't think I'd ever say, but there we are. This is what this game brings me to. The French are... Some of them are attacking Pilgrim lads. Some of the Egyptians are. It is a bit of a nonsense of a battle. And okay, enemy general has gone down. That is the rebel lad. Yeah, unfortunately for them, his Great Cross is not going to do too much to help them. And unfortunately for my screenshots, currently they're not in the right place, so I might have to go and see if I can find a better picture later. Nonetheless, sheer numbers does look like it's currently going to do the job, but the Egyptians likewise have an awful lot of numbers. And, well, got to say, the Papal States with the hill, they're looking in a very good position here, especially with all of these guys. But we'll see how that goes. What the Flagellants doing, by the way, taking some knocks, but not too terrible. You've got to say, from this vantage point up on the hill, it's looking very good indeed. A double conk in there for us in the French lad. Indeed, Captain Jean has fallen to the Egyptians, and with that, they seem to be all routing, fighting to the death indeed. Oh dear. And these guys, I mean, they're around the hill right now. They're quite happy and eager because, yeah, these guys are pinned in. But the Crusader Sergeants, unfortunately, have failed miserably here. I think they got themselves a little bit stuck. Didn't wait long enough, and at this point, yeah, still a couple fresh units of Fanatics at the rear here. It does look like a plague of Papal Pilgrims here. A lovely bit of alliteration, of course, and they are running in random directions. They didn't want to bother killing the French because these guys are already dealing with them. Fair enough, chaps, fair enough. The cross is coming into play now. Absolutely lovely. What a mess. It is just a pile of pilgrims on both sides now. The Christians do have the hill. And there's an awful lot of bloody bludgeoning going on from all sides. Absolutely magnificent. It doesn't look like the Egyptians have routed too much yet. There's a one or so there. Oh, here we are, a nice big chase by the cross. This is the picture I need. And as you might well imagine, as we reach the end here, the Great Cross is what is inspiring our Papal lads to stand and fight to the end. Some of them are just not bothering to fight. But to be fair, the Egyptians are doing a pretty good job of continuing to fight. The general is now fleeing, though, despite having outlived our guy. But nonetheless, this is looking surprisingly close. Yes, he's gone down now. Beautiful thing. Yeah, the cross once again being the inspiration. You will rest at our leisure. And, I mean, it looks like surely the Papal States have got this, but still a little bit of work to be done. A few routes on both sides. And as they start to rout over here, I think we can start to count the bodies. Oh dear. This is a dark day for all involved. Look at the piles of death, chaos, and nonsense. And it looks like the Papal States are going to make it to the end here. But let's bear in mind, this is a scored resolution, assuming I remember to click that button. So it won't necessarily be them who win. We will have to see. And to be fair, this guy is still fighting, albeit I suspect he's about to flee. And with him, I think the Papal States are going to be free now to mop them up. Indeed, that is the victory. And officially, the victory does go to the Papal States, and I think it's pretty much a worthy order in there. We've got ourselves rank 1 for the Papal States, 2 for Egypt, who did a fine job. They killed 1,000. Very nice indeed. Pretty a lot of mopping up of Frenchies, to be fair, but that's nothing to be sniffed at. Fortunately, the rebels didn't do too good of a job. Should have stuck around with your crosses, my good sir. And okay, well, we'll be seeing you guys in the next round of the Mercenary bouts. Thank you for joining me today on this AO-only affair. It's quite notable, by the way, that virtually none of these units killed more than they actually lost themselves. An awful lot of terrible results for the Pilgrims, but hey-ho, what do you expect? We will be having more of these Battle Royales for the Mercenaries in particular, and we'll add them on in to the rest of the factions who have been claiming victories in these Battle Royales. You can, of course, though, give me any suggestions that you want for any future videos. We can sort out those lineups too. And you can support the channel by becoming a member here or on Patreon, liking, subscribing as well, and by getting involved in the comment section. But for now, I will leave you, and I hope you will join us next time. I'm Tano's Human. Thank you, friends, and tally-ho. Have you heard the good news, my friends? Here's the good news! It's the Pope! Has the Pope ever done as badly as I'm doing as the Pope right now? God only knows. God only knows. Down goes the spoon of destiny. And there he goes! It took every last bolt we had.